I lost 110 pounds as a busy guy who didn't have all day to spend in the gym working out or to spend in the kitchen making food. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I finally lost my belly fat and had visible abs for the first time in my life. Now, the first step to losing belly fat is figuring out exactly how you're going to eat. Now, notice how I said how you're going to eat, not what you're going to eat. Because the reality is, if you're a busy guy, you barely have enough time to work out. And so you're not going to go from barely having enough time to work out to then chopping up chicken and broccoli and putting it in little Tupperware boxes. If you're being completely realistic with yourself, that's not something that's going to happen, or happen consistently at least. Which is why I don't give the people that I train a custom meal plan. I give them a custom nutrition plan. And the difference between the two is that a meal plan is going to tell you exactly what to eat in grams or maybe ounces, like 200 grams of chicken breast with 300 grams of rice. But a nutritional plan is going to give you certain goals that you have to hit with certain meals, and then how you hit those is completely up to you. So for example, like I said, a meal plan would say something like 250 grams of chicken breast, 300 grams of rice. But a nutrition plan would just say 20 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbs, and how you choose to get them in is up to you. What this does is that it gives you a lot more freedom with what you're gonna eat. And you eat what you wanna eat and still lose fat. So the first step to figuring out your nutrition plan is taking your body weight in pounds and multiplying it by the number 0.9. That is going to be your daily protein intake that you're going to try to hit. Now, what I say to my clients for protein intake, and this is the same thing that I do for myself, all you've got to do is figure out 2 to 3 protein sources that you really like eating and then just rotate them, right? Don't try to copy fancy Instagram meals from your favorite influencer, because they've got a lot of time on their hands and they're making money from this shit. So you're probably not. So don't try to copy them. Do what is convenient. Now for me, my 3 protein sources are chicken breast, ground beef, and Greek yogurt. For you, it could be tuna, salmon, and steak. It doesn't really matter what your protein sources are. It just matters that you like them and you can eat them consistently. Now, having go-to protein sources makes life easy. But to make it even easier, what we've got to do is figure out how many calories you've got to eat on a daily basis. Now, to figure this out, what I recommend is taking your body weight in pounds and multiplying it by numbers starting from 10 all the way up to 14. Generally, the more active you are, the bigger the number you can use to multiply with. So if you're a 200-pound man, you can eat anywhere from 2,000 calories to 2,800 calories to lose weight. You could lose weight eating even more calories, but I don't know your lifestyle, so I'm just going to say the most you can eat is 2,800. By the way, as a massive side note, if you're a 200-pound man and you want to eat more than 2,800 calories to lose weight, the only way of going about it is to move more. And don't worry, because I'm going to tell you how to move more without spending hours running on the treadmill or doing 60-minute ab circuits in your living room, but that's going to be later in the video. Now for the cherry on top of your diet, and I'm saying cherry on top, but this is extremely important if you want to be healthy, because you can be in shape and unhealthy. For the cherry on top of your diet, I want you to get in 2 servings of vegetables every day that you can. Now, for some reason, one of the things that people get wrong about my approach to weight loss is that they think that I'm advocating for only eating shitty food, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. I eat ice cream almost every night, but I don't only eat ice cream. For some reason, people on the internet seem to think that all I eat is ice cream and donuts and somehow I'm alive, right? It doesn't work that way. Eating ice cream and donuts isn't gonna kill you, but if that's all that you eat, you can still lose weight, but you would feel like shit. You would probably be lacking in a lot of micronutrients because ice cream and donuts have sugar in them and that's it. They don't have any vitamins, any minerals, none of that stuff. But on the other hand, if you compare it to another carb source, because that's all ice cream and donuts really are, right? They're a carb source, they give you carbs. Let's compare that carb source to, say, something a little bit more unprocessed like sweet potato and bananas. Both of those foods are going to give you minerals, they're going to give you vitamins, they're going to fill you up a lot more, and you're not going to feel like shit after you eat them. So does that mean that you should stop eating ice cream and donuts and only eat sweet potatoes and bananas? Fuck no! There's no way I'm ever going to say that, because with everything being said, I still run a business inside my school community where I help people like me, busy guys, get in shape without giving up their favorite foods. And that's because I wholeheartedly believe that there's no way that people can just give up eating their favorite foods forever. And if you want to be in shape for a long time, then you're going to have to incorporate these unhealthy foods into your diet, because otherwise you're going to be in shape as long as you're eating good, avoiding donuts and avoiding ice cream. So what if you have ice cream and donuts? What is it? It's the end of the world? You're not going to be in shape anymore? That's ridiculous. One of the things that people fail to take into consideration when they're having this debate of processed food versus unprocessed food is the principle of sustainability. I will live and die on this line, but if your diet is not sustainable and you can't follow it forever, then it's useless. So are foods like ice cream and donuts bad for you? Yes, probably if you eat them too much. But can you still eat those foods and get in fantastic shape? Abso-fucking-lutely. The only time eating ice cream and donuts is terrible for you, no question, is when you eat ice cream and donuts and lie in bed all day watching Netflix, not walking, not exercising, not lifting weights, because that's when the effects of these terrible foods get multiplied by 10. Eating only bad food with no exercise is gonna seriously fuck you up. Eating only bad food with exercise is gonna fuck you up less. But ideally, you're eating mostly good food and some bad food so that you're healthy, but you're also enjoying life. Now, something that really helps with this, like I said before, is a custom nutrition plan, which I can make for you if you click the link in the description and join my school community. I'm gonna be completely honest, I made it very recently, so it's pretty new, which means that you get a lot of one-on-one time with me if you join now. Now, once you've got your diet figured out, the next thing we need to figure out to lose belly fat is our movement. Now, as of filming this video, I can probably guarantee that you are not moving enough, because the average American man walks 5,340 steps every day. But I'm willing to bet that 40% of the men watching this video walk less than 5,000 steps a day. Bro, you better not be a part of that 40%. Now, to increase our movement, we've all heard the boring advice of trying to hit 10K steps every day. And while that can help, it's not the end all and the be all. Because you might not like walking, you might like swimming or playing tennis like I do, and that still counts as movement. Right? There's no hard and fast rule about the type of movement that you're doing. So long as you're off of your ass and you're moving, it's gonna help you lose fat easier. Now, I'll tell you why I like walking for me and my clients. I like walking because it's easy as fuck. I mean, if I asked you to go on a run every day, then you'd have to prepare, you'd have to hype yourself up. But if I told you to go on a walk every day, you could probably just go wearing a polo shirt or even whatever you're wearing when you go to work. You could walk in those clothes. You don't have to prepare at all, so it can be spontaneous. You can take your dog on a walk, you can walk with a friend or a significant other. So the reason walking is so good is because it's pretty much effortless. It gets the job done, it doesn't wear on your joints, and like I said before, it's easy as fuck. So that's why I recommend walking to most of the people that I train. Now, if you want to look your best after losing fat, then you're going to have to adopt a weight training routine. And if you want to adapt a time-efficient weight training routine, then you can watch this video. I'll see you in the next one.